I'm not worried about that. They can fly. Okay. It's okay. And how you you have it. And correcting point. Jim Bidwell is trying to maintain her as his wife. We can have that spousal privilege for her not. There is a spousal privilege in Pennsylvania. However, that didn't apply in homicide cases. You really in my life, right? And you have the right not to help those who are needy. Kids, that rule is effective except on a murder charge. Do you understand what that does to me? Okay, right. Has he still his car not there? Saying to Jim Bidwell's jail alcohol to his wife. That just gives you an insight into his manipulative ways. You. You. Don't finish you voice him on each show. Agrees to cooperate with investigators, furthering their case against Bidwell. 4 years after Jim Bidwell was arraigned for the murder of Kristen Wagner, it's time for his day in court. So on February 5th, 2020, we finally get to trial. For Kristen's family, the trial reopens wounds from over a decade ago. I remember the first time I walked into the courthouse and he knocked it to me like, "Hi, how you doing?" Like, why would somebody do that? Despite the evidence against Bidwell, there are still concerns that the trial may wind up in his favor. James Bidwell's attorney is the same attorney that represented Bill Cosby out in Philadelphia that got him a mistrial. So at that point in time, it got everybody going. Well, James Bidwell is this big businessman. Now he's got this big high power attorney that just got this big celebrity in mistrial. What is going to happen here? Such a bully. TV script version. Snack to nonsense. Sundays at 6 on Mountain View Street. Past episodes on Peacock. It's that time of year again. Get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Holidays, where you'll find great offers on efficient CRV hybrids, spare and cord hybrids, sporty Civic hybrids, and the all-electric Polo. Don't wait. Turn your dreams into reality with a new Honda. Named KDD.com's best overall convenient hybrid brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer too. Can a body wash transform your chest, arms, legs? It's Olay Body Wash. Use skincare ingredients and 10 times more vitamin D3 complex. So in 14 days, see visibly better skin. Olay Body Wash. Discover yours. Gina Kane and our video looking radiant as ever. Don't cover up your glow. Loss. Skin is good. My moderate to severe plaque psoriasis held me back, but now with Skyrizing, I'm all in. Thanks to Skyrizing, I saw dramatically clearer skin, and many even achieved 100% clear skin. Don't use allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, you check for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. With Skyrizing, nothing on my skin means everything. Figure what's happening to my science today? Whoa, how'd you get your teeth so white? You gotta use the right toothpaste. Don't you see? Not all toothpaste whiten the same. Crest 3D White removes 100% more stains for a noticeably whiter smile. Near you first for best. Press. Rogables Black Friday sale is our biggest sale ever. On everything. Rugs from every collection, room, color, size, and texture. They're all on sale. And this is just the beginning. Check back throughout the week for surprise discounts and deals, including something we've never done before. Our biggest sale ever won't last long, and it won't be back anytime soon. So go to Ruggable.com now and start saving on everything site wide. It's more than deodorant. It's nuclear sticker that goes on with it. It's 48 hours of freshness and podcast. It's unexpectedly good protection for real life. Swap. Here's more to it. Big predicament is you overdid it on the loaded fries. Undo it. Have those fast spell. You are under it. Pepto-Bismol. You that potty training can move to its own rhythm. And Phillips has the fastenable sides and changing as easy as it gets. As James Bidwell stands trial for the murder of Kristen Wagner, his defense attorney makes a compelling case that Kristen committed suicide. The defense quickly came out and painted a picture of a desperate, distraught mother who had nothing to live for and had only her friendship with Mr. Bidwell to rely on, which was slowly unraveling due to his reconciliation with his wife. They talked about her drug abuse, her mental health history, all things that, in their estimation, led to her ultimate decision to commit suicide. James Bidwell's defense also points to the fact that notes were found encrypted showing suicidal thoughts. And that was a slam dunk for the defense. That was their way of saying, hey, not murder, definitely suicide. Suicide case, we're bringing out true facts. The Commonwealth presented evidence during the trial to show the manipulation between James Bidwell and Kristen Wagner. Mr. Bidwell used everything in his power, his ability to manipulate people to see only the good in him and his religion. And he used that against Kristen to keep her attached to him in this toxic relationship that they had formed and ultimately led to their final confrontation. It's murdering her. Well, former that he killed before. But he often told a woman how he did it, choked her out, and then hung her post-mortem. Those people testified. They testified under oath. Those facts can't be disputed. On February 18th, 2020, after a 2-week trial, the case goes to the jury. Quite honestly, everybody was waiting on pins and needles. We really just know which way the jury was going to go with this one. The jury went to deliberate, and at 6:30 p.m., they came back to the verdict of guilty of murder of the first degree. It was like all the relief, like the stress just lifted my shoulders. Kristen's son, this was he, in the courtroom, to be there and have her son hear that finally there was justice and accountability. Oh, good. On May 11th, 2020, 9 years after Kristen Wagner's death, Jim Bidwell is sentenced to life in prison without parole. He's going to have to answer to everything that he did. And I imagine there's a lot more than just my daughter. It felt good that he won't ever get his freedom back again. Jim Bidwell constructed sociopath. With Bidwell and Kristen's family is finally able to find closure for their tragic loss. I want people to remember that she was an amazing mother and she was an amazing sister. I want people to remember that she had a lot of good in her. She was very loving, selfless. She loved her children more than anything in the world. Beautiful kids. So this day are phenomenal. He met her. Would have loved her. Everybody did. I just miss her so much. Every day. And I will. It doesn't get easier. It doesn't get easier at all. The only good thing is that I know I'll see her in heaven. A VA counselor dies after being shot in the chest at her home. The daughter was accusing her, the father, of intentionally shooting her mother. It was an accident, yeah. He had recently purchased a Glock pistol for his wife. His brain was malfunctioning. So they grew apart. They went off. The way that he tried to get emergency medical care for his wife as quickly as he could suggests that he was fully intent on saving her life. My mom, the last thing she said was, I love you and I'll see you tomorrow. And then next day she died. It appears to be a tragic accident, but then the death of the female victim's co-worker raises suspicion. I've been wide. I had to see someone visible. All of a sudden, another player from the VA was seriously wound up dead in their connection. The senior reporter at KXLY TV here is funny. We were still in our morning meeting when all of a sudden the police scanner goes off. At about 9 in the morning, law enforcement received a call from a man that claims that he accidentally shot his wife inside the home. He was in a panic on the call to 911 to get her to the hospital. He stated that he and his daughter were en route to the Valley Hospital. They went in a personal vehicle to the hospital as opposed to waiting for him. The hospital knows that they're coming. And as soon as she's there in the driveway of the emergency, medical personnel take her away. The victim had a gunshot wound in her chest, and the woman was having a terrible time being able to breathe. It was an emergency situation. She went right into surgery. Very quickly, detectives went to the hospital to find out what happened. At the hospital, detectives noticed that the husband was clearly hysterical. He was put to a separate room to keep the hysterics away from the general public. With emotions running high, police learned that the shooting victim is 8-year-old her husband, Wayne Thurman, and her daughter, 25-year-old Gabby, are the family members that rushed her to the hospital. Almost lunchtime. I'm working. My sister was calling me, and she's like, Mom got hurt. You need to come to grandma's house. On the way to my grandma's, I just remember thinking of a few months before I got in an argument with my mother. I pretty much told her that I didn't want to see her even. I didn't talk to my mom again until just the day before. I went over to apologize. But my mom, the last thing she said was, she's like, I love you, Michael. I was like, I know you do. And I love you too. And I'll see you tomorrow. While ER doctors raced to save Brenda's life, detectives interviewed Gabby about what happened. Gabby was overcome by the shock of seeing her mother in that state. But she was able to relate to detectives what she knew about the shooting. Gabby told detectives she was asleep upstairs when she heard a loud noise, and then she heard Dwayne yelling at her to come downstairs. When she got downstairs, she saw her mother on the floor near the kitchen table with a gunshot wound to the chest. And then Dwayne said to Gabby, I accidentally shot her mom. trying to kind of breathe. She was gasping for air.
Instead of waiting for an ambulance, they took her to the hospital as soon as they could.
And then all of a sudden, yeah, I mean, he says, the rest was late. He killed my mom. Yeah, was accusing Dwayne Thurman, her stepfather, of intentionally shooting her mother.
Gabby told law enforcement that Dwayne, a reserve deputy with nearby Lincoln County, and he had been in the military.
Because of Dwayne's straight firearms, Gabby jumped to the conclusion that Dwayne had deliberately shot her mother.
However, Gabby didn't actually see what had happened.
Detective Records interviewed Wade Thurman. Family receives tragic news.
Brenda had to pronounce it at the hospital. They got to my grandma's house, and my grandma was just like, wait a minute. And the cop there, and he's like, there's been an accident, you know. And he's like, she didn't make it. Brenda was alone, but she was strong and very confident and strong. She was fun most of the time, but she was very strict. My mom was a sniper in the military, and she did enjoy that. Both Brenda and Dwayne were in the army, which is where they met and had been together for 18 years. They seemed to be in love with each other. My sister was born a year and 5 days before me. My mom was very young, like 18, 19 when she had us. My mom met Dwayne, I was around 5. For the first time, my mom was just like, "It's gonna be your dad now," and I was like, "Okay," and I just kind of like gave him a hug. When Brenda got out of the military, she went to help our soldiers who were suffering from PTSD. She got her master's degree and became a counselor. I've always been in awe of my mom. My mom worked her butt off, always. She had no quit at all, constantly learning, constantly growing.
Brenda started working for the Veterans Administration.
She helped veterans who were having a hard time. She loved her job. The ad for life ended suddenly in front of her family. And all of these soldiers are having Brenda around. This was a real tragedy.
Still at the hospital, detectives interviewed distraught Dwayne to get his version of what happened.
Police had reason to be suspicious of Dwayne because Gabby told them that she believed Dwayne had deliberately shot Brenda. I understand you're a reserve officer, Lincoln County. Yeah. So do you both are. Where did you live? Training section. What's your? Yeah. Tell me what Howard did. Listen to say again. According to my interpreter, they had malfunction with the lock. He was working on the gun at the kitchen table when it accidentally went off and shot her in the chest. Sure. Any reason your daughter or she think this is potential? No, I knew my wife mentally. I didn't think to. Yeah, he told detectives that Dwayne was cheating on Brenda.
And then Dwayne claimed that Brenda was having an affair.
You have 3 VA employees, 2 are dead, and a third one who killed the wife. This sounds like from a triangle.
What's her name? I'm not going to talk about traffic, weather. Anyone brings up lawn care, I also can be extremely difficult for young homeowners turning into their parents. So do that. I like that. He's still drinking.
No, but they can.
No. He's trying it. He wouldn't mind. It gets ugly. You can either take it off, or I'll take it off. Well, yeah, progressive can protect you from becoming embarrassed, but we can protect your own from what you want from us. Did you as well? I'm obsessed with the latest retinol body wash. With the latest retinol body wash, 95% of nutrients have visibly reviewed skin. Makes my skin feel so smooth and moisturized. Olay body wash and lotion. Discover yours. Asthma. Does it have you missing out on what you love? With who you love? Get back to better breathing with Fasenra, an add-on treatment for eosinophilic asthma taken once every 8 weeks. Fasenra is not for sudden breathing problems. Serious allergic reactions may occur. To get help for swelling of your face, mouth, tongue, or trouble breathing, don't stop your asthma treatments without talking with your doctor. Tell your doctor if your asthma worsens or you have aggressive infection, headache, and sore throat, mouth rub. Ask your doctor if Fasenra is right for you. And we're back. Lauren, any advice for parents better with Smoothie? Like iPhone 12 and Apple Watch. And Metro get at 5G and Apple Watch and keep over only $99.99 only at Metro. Depend keeps you drier than ever. So you can say yes to more than ever. Yes. Depends. The only thing stronger than us is you. It's more than shampoo. It's keratin containing rinse from goodbye. It's a long quality throughout us. It's unexpectedly good. Swap. Here's a new to research just unfucking Wendy's. Any size, any time. 3 p.m. Dollar Phantom. 10 p.m. Sprite. 7:46 a.m. Coke. You're so free. Dollar suckers, any side. Gotta be my predicament is you overdid it on the loaded fries. Undo it. After those fast spells. Undo it. Pepto-Bismol. Purina One True Instincts unlocked her true instincts. From day one, it's high protein nutrition with real meat number one, supporting our healthy energy and strong muscles in the life. She was born to live. Purina One True Instincts, a difference from day one. So see, sure. You can. Nick, it's really confusing. Brenda Thurman succumbs to her gunshot wound. Detectives continue to interview her husband, Dwayne Thurman, whose handling the gun that went off. Dwayne admitted readily, I am responsible for this. I was the person that put that round in his chest. But he said it was an accident. He blamed the guy. Who was shooting yesterday? The person on the they're now putting the
Dwayne Thurman had described that he had recently purchased a Glock pistol for Brenda.
It was a teal covered gun. What was it the first time you guys were shooting?
Yeah, this time taking it out. It was having problems shooting around sometimes between Jackson, still fighting sometimes.
The gun was still fighting. During the fight gun range, Brenda's new gun was not firing correctly. It was having what's called the stone pipe jam. And that's where the people, once it's been fired, is not ejected out of the gun. The casing gets stuck in so you can't pull the trigger. According to Dwayne Thurman, they took the gun home with the stone pipe still in the weapon. The next morning, Brenda and Dwayne can go on to a pancake restaurant. They have breakfast together. Then they came home and they started feeding the weapons that they had shot earlier. Probably in the form, what were you doing before it went off?
I get there, break it down.
Dwayne trying to figure out why Brenda's gun's malfunctioning.
According to Dwayne Thurman, he was using the kitchen table to do the repairs.
She older, she sat in front of me, she started looking at me and I know what's the problem, what's going on with them.